Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the CSTV. I'm your host, Kathleen Igaltuto, Madam CS, and this is The Striker. Stay tuned and have it raw and real. The Striker today, we're looking at Kenya's Mandamano, the impact it could have actually on Raila Amolo Odinga's candidature at the AU in terms of winning the AU chairmanship. And also we are looking at the impact of this Mandamano in the long run actually in Kenyan's politics. Is the Gen Z going actually to give up along the way, or this one is going to be sustained, and by the end of the day we're going to see an outcome out of this. We're also going to look at the latest remarks by Piero Lumumba and Musalia Mudavadi, and we are going to look at actually how is this speech of these two key political and influential individuals going actually to impact on Raila Amolo Odinga's AU chairmanship come February next year, that is 2025. However, if you are new to this channel, before we dive into this discussion, welcome home, karibu nyumbani. Remember to subscribe, like, share, and comment on our videos. Turn on the notification bell so that the next time we're uploading a video, YouTube will automatically notify you. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for your support. Kindly remember to like, share, and comment on our videos, and more importantly, tell us on the next theme that you actually want us to discuss. Now, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to dive in. If there's something actually that taints the image of a country, and that of it is leaders, it is protests and demonstrations, and especially when these protests and demonstrations are not positively received by those in power. If you look historically and across the country, across the world, countries that has had revolutions, protests, demonstrations that have been received violently by those in power actually have a negative connotation of fragility and political instability. And that one actually also puts a negative connotation on its leaders. Now, I think if there's one difficult moment that Ruto has had, it is this time as a president of the republic. I think at the time he was the deputy president, he really wished to be the president of this republic. But ever since actually he won the presidency, things have not been rosy on his side. He has saved not only the Azimio Mandamanos and then the Gen Z Mandamanos over the finance bill, and right now we have the Gen Z Mandamanos over abductions. And one could wonder actually what could be the impact of this in Kenya and on the president, and more important right now that we are vying for the position of the AU chairmanship through our own Raila Amolo Odinga, the AUC. How is this going actually to impact on both local politics and international politics? Now, so when I look at actually if I start with Raila Amolo Odinga's candidature at the AU, from where I stand actually now, several factors, despite the fact that it's performed well during the debate, several factors are actually killing or dwindling is winning chances at the AUC. And the first one actually it is the current Mandamanos that are going on. You know, at the time Raila did the handshake with Ruto, it was all about, you know, we want to stabilize the country. You know, I have self-sacrificed to stabilize the country. And then he did the handshake, and then we saw the formation of the broad-based government, which Kenyans were told that it was actually meant to stabilize the country. And it is this stability that he has used as one of the factors or as one of the achievements that is supposed to propel him forward actually as the AUC chairmanship. You understand? There's no way you can be vying for such a position when your country actually is in chaos. So the Mandamanos in Kenya had to end for Raila actually to have that better or positive vibe or positive connotation actually at the AUC. Now, before even the elections at the AUC have been done, the Gen Z Mandamano is back. And actually this time round, the Mandamano is back with another negative connotation. It's not about economy alone. It is about the violation of human rights through the abductions. And, sorry. And We see Raila Amolo Odinga as part of the government actually through the formation of the broad-based government. And the international community could wonder, and other African countries could wonder, you are seeking for this particular seat. When back at home, the government which you support actually is accused of abducting people. People are gone missing. The government says it's not responsible, but these people are not found. So how are you going to ensure security within the African continent when back at home you cannot push for that security? And I think this is some of the things that actually pushed Raila Odinga to tell Ruto when they were, I think, in Homa Bay the other day, there's this governor's cup they were attending to stop the abductions. And you see, that takes me to point number 2. The fact that Raila lectured Ruto in front of people that you need, my brother, you need to stop abductions. Raila, number 1, told us actually the president is responsible for abductions. It was like literally he threw Ruto under the bus before people, you know. Going forward, these mandamanos have to stop. And Ruto came and said, kuta, iyo abductions itaisha. So literally, Raila not knowing or knowingly threw Ruto under the bus that you have to bring the abductions to an end. And honestly, this is not going to sit well with President Ruto, especially as far as his image in the international community is concerned. President Ruto expects that Raila Amolo Odinga, now being in the broad-based government, should be able to support him, should be able to protect him. The same way he's campaigning for him at the AU, it should be the same way actually should be able to support him. Of course, the other day we saw Raila Amolo Odinga supporting the Adani and even supporting the chief and the housing, whatever. But on abductions, I think Raila was afraid actually to taint his legacy, not even about AU, but also about what he has fought for in this country. And as far as AU is concerned, Raila now can be able to say, you know, I have told my president, but all in all, you know, once you are coming from a tainted background, it tends to actually haunt you for the rest of your life. And I also think that this mandamano is going to taint Raila. And the fact that he lectured Ruto in front of the people, Ruto is likely to slow down on the campaign, etc. And another factor that I also see actually is going to make Raila and chances of winning come down has to do with what P.L.O. Lumumba spoke. You understand? And the speech by P.L.O. Lumumba, I've forgotten where he was actually delivering this speech. Actually, I think pushed Mudavadi to respond and tell the people in Nyanza that actually the government's support of Raila to the AU is unconditional. But P.L.O. Lumumba said this, that Raila is not his favorite, is not his AUC chairperson candidate, because Raila is just being pushed from Kenya to eliminate opposition so that the government can be able to do what it wants. That literally taking Raila to AUC is just pushing him out of local politics to pave way for the government to do what it wants to do. And therefore, P.L.O. Lumumba presented Raila as a person who has been transacted. Like literally, what he wants to do at AU, it has nothing to do with his passion for serving the AU chairpersonship. And actually, P.L.O. Lumumba did say that position needs younger people. Why is Raila Odinga actually fighting, all competing with people with a secretariat position actually that is supposed to be given to young people, while he should be rating about mimers? And from where I stand actually, P.L.O. Lumumba is we know him as one of the most influential figures in Africa and in Kenya, and is one person who has like actually tried to maintain a set of integrity. And if the African leaders have to listen to what P.L.O. Lumumba said, and the international community, if it has a hand as far as the Africa AU chairperson election is concerned, then hii nayo itakuwa imechomea Raila Amolo Odinga. Because then the international community and the African leaders will not see him actually as somebody who is going there to serve, but as somebody who's being used by the Kenyan government and maybe to propel the Kenyan agenda once he's in that particular position. So you see, actually, when I look at that speech by Peolol Mumba, and also what Mudavadi was trying to say, like our support is unconditional, I just realized actually that it is likely to reduce Raila's chances of winning. And finally, the presence of Musa Vaki in Kenya the other day, having a meeting with Ruto at Migori, could be another thing that actually to raise the eyebrows of other African leaders and African countries who could feel like Ruto anawachezea hii kitu imeibiwa. So the fact that Vaki came to Kenya and Raila is a candidate, or a Kenyan is a candidate in the February AUC chairman elections, actually I just feel like this could make other countries not have faith in Raila, and also even on the outgoing chairperson. They may think that Ruto actually is trying to use that meeting, or is trying to tilt the balance of power in a way that the elections will favor Raila. And if that is the case, then some countries are likely to say like, okay, no, this is not going to work. They support somebody else. But more importantly, actually, I realized that the way these things are going, the Mandamano and the AUC is going to be the deal breaker between Ruto and Raila. And I just say like, if the AUC winning and losing is going to determine whether Raila and Ruto will continue to be friends and are going to support each other politically. At the same time, the current Mandamano ongoing, Raila is going to choose between his legacy, and supporting Ruto. And as far as I'm concerned, Raila is likely to choose his legacy because he has worked for it for a long time in this country, and he will want actually to leave a legacy that even his children, the likes of Win Odinga, etc., can stand, let alone in political platforms or in political positions, and they give reference to their father. And as far as I'm concerned, if Ruto is not going to stop the abductions, or if the abductions are not going to stop, then Raila is likely to detach himself from Ruto, and you see him again supporting people about the mandamanos against abductions. And before you know, actually, especially if he doesn't win the AU chairperson position, before we know, by March next year, I don't think if Raila does not win the AU chairpersonship, that is going to be together with Ruto in terms of political friendship. So these are my opinions. I don't know what are your opinions. We continue to condemn abductions, and we continue to say stay safe wherever you are. Happy New Year. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for the support you've granted me in the whole of 2024. And yeah, see you next time. Ciao, ciao.